Welcome to Athens, Georgia. Those of you just watching Michigan State defeat Penn State. The Lady Vols off to the good start, 6-2 over Georgia. Georgia playing without Jasmine James, their junior, for the fourth game in a row, out with an injury. Ford, Hassel, Mitchell, Armstrong, and Miller getting the start today as Meredith Mitchell, their lone senior, scores inside. For Tennessee, they continue to shake things up with their lineup. A couple of freshmen starting. Burdick for the second game in a row is out there with the rookie point guard Massengale. And they are looking for big things and a lot of touches in the paint from Strickland and Glory Johnson today.
It's going to be important that Glory Johnson establishes herself inside. The only true post of productivity for Georgia is Jasmine Hassel. You've got to attack her, make her work every second she's on the floor.
Tennessee coming in off of a big win over Alabama after that disappointing loss to Notre Dame on the road, as Glory Johnson, I think, took a shot to the nose or to the face. May have some blood that she's got to deal with on the hand and uniform. She'll trot back out. Georgia trying to bounce back from a disappointing effort against Vanderbilt their last time out. They put up a season-low 48 points in that one.
Well, Christina Fogarty, by herself alone, 34 points in that ball game for the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Burdick got it back from Strickland off the miss. The rebound by Mitchell.
One thing Tennessee is going to make a point of is transition defense. Pat Summitt was not happy with the transition defense that they did not play against Notre Dame.
Lowest point total in Tennessee history in that game. Their second worst defeat as Kylie Miller gets a couple of kind bounces. Former high school Georgia Miss basketball, the sophomore. Johnson, the kick out to Burdick. Nice ball fake and gets the bucket.
Like how Burdick, she works before and after every practice, working on specific shots, not just, you know how some players come in the gym and they shoot around, might go around the horn. She knows where her assignment is and where to take the shot from, and those are the shots she practices game speed.
Hassel tries to muscle it in. Massengale on the run with Megan Simmons. Scoots over to the right side and scoops it up. Tennessee trying to establish a quicker tempo against a Georgia team that doesn't have a lot of depth. And it has players playing in the high 30s and often 40 minutes a night.
Georgia wants it to be slow paced because of that short bench.
Glory Johnson may have gotten a piece of that one. Hassel fighting for the rebound. And a held ball will stay with Georgia. Got our first media timeout of the day, and the Lady Vols on top of the Lady Dogs, 10-6.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Visa. More fans go with Visa. And Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
When it comes to home insurance, surprises can be a little scary.
And a little costly. That's why the best agents present their clients with a lot of options.
Because when it comes to what's covered and what's not, nobody likes surprises.
We totally thought you were.
Obscure space junk falling from the sky? We covered that. Moving on.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Lately, there's been a seismic shift in what passes for common sense. Used to be, we socked money away and expected it to grow. Then the world changed, and the common sense of retirement planning became anything but common. Fortunately, TD Ameritrade's investment consultants can help you build a plan that fits your life. Take control by opening a new account or rolling over an old 401k today, and we'll throw in up to $600. How's that for common sense?
Hi guys, this is Matt from Columbus, Ohio. I've been on Score.com for a little over a year now. I've had lots of fun and lots of success. As you can see from some of the items that I've won, TaylorMade golf bag, Toshiba netbook, an Invecta watch for my wife, won countless gas cards, Walmart cards. Have had a great time, and I really appreciate it. It's been a family event. Right, girls?
Go to Score It now and get $10 in free bids.
National Signing Day, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPNU.
Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN from Stegman Coliseum here in Athens, Georgia. 9th-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols, number 15 Georgia Bulldogs. Beth Mullins along with Carolyn Peck, a former star at Vanderbilt back in her old neck of the woods. And Carolyn, let's talk about this Tennessee team. You know, they talk a lot about defense and about rebounds, but an emphasis of late has been getting the ball inside.
You've got to get points in the paint if you're a Lady Vol and you want to play for Pat Summitt. It's been very important that Tennessee offensively looks to get opportunities with post touches and going inside the Glory Johnson or the slashing Strickland inside. Create those easy high percentage shots, and what better way than to do that but to get the ball and go in transition.
And for Pat Summitt's club, 8-2, outscoring Georgia in the paint. Coach Summitt now in her 38th season, the winningest coach in college basketball history. Has been so well received everywhere she's gone this year. Of course, the announcement coming over the summer that she has in the early stages of onset dementia that will lead to Alzheimer's. Relying a lot on her assistant coaching staff. They have been together for an awfully long time and work so well together. And her counterpart today, when you talk about the familiarity between these two, their friendship and their rivalry goes back a long way. By the way, he's wearing that purple ribbon on his lapel, that purple pin, which signifies the fight to find the cure for Alzheimer's.
Sports Information Director Mike Mobley told us today that Pat Summitt recommended Andy Landers for his job here at Georgia.
33 years ago, we were talking today at shoot-around. I don't know if there's a more familiar rivalry for two coaches in the country. 3 decades together, 3.5 in the same conference year in and year out.
33-plus years at the same university.
Inside Strickland, there's another pink touch. Can't knock it down. Rebounded by Tamika Willis, who has come on for Georgia. They are hampered by injuries once again. Presently, Jasmine James, one of their top scorers, out for the 4th game in a row due to injury. Georgia turns it over. Good hustle by Glory Johnson.
Her athleticism. She can defend just about any position on the floor. She can guard a point guard because of her quickness and her agility, and because of her height and leaping ability, guard a post inside.
Well, and the seniors have really taken over since that Notre Dame loss, haven't they, Carolyn? About, hey, our effort's not good enough. We've got to pick it up.
Well, after the Notre Dame loss, they called a team meeting, players only, and said, let the coaches do the coaching, making the adjustments. We need to just go out and play hard, and especially the seniors to lead by example.
That's Sierra Burdick with the putback. Well, if the effort matches the talent, that's trouble for the opposition, because Tennessee's got 5 high school All-Americans on the floor as Khalida Miller knocks down the 3.
Talking to Travis May, his assistant coach for Georgia before the game, said in Knoxville the team did not compete. That was the biggest disappointment. It wasn't the advantage of rebounding or the amount of points. It didn't feel like Georgia got off the bus ready to compete with the Lady Vols.
3-second violation called on Tennessee.
Georgia is exercising great patience offensively. Very lethargic in their offense. They're picking their poison. That time with a 3-point shot.
Miller has almost half of their 3-point baskets this year, and she showed some tremendous range right there.
When you look at her percentage shots taken, 48 of 98 field goals are threes.
She is their threat from downtown. Shot clock down to 5. They're going to work it inside to Willis, and Johnson snares the rebound. Glory, 14 points, 9 boards per game. This year she's trying to become just the second Lady Vol ever to average a double-double, and she's fouled on the stick back.
Glory Johnson doing what she does best, crashing the offensive glass.
Well, Big Monday features a couple of college basketball games on the men's side for you. It's Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Pittsburgh, West Virginia at 7. Second-ranked Missouri and Texas at 9. on ESPN, ESPN3, and also streaming live on WatchESPN.com and on the Watch ESPN app.
We had the front row seat of that West Virginia-Syracuse game yesterday.
Well, you want to talk about some helpless folks. There was nothing the officials could do. It's not a reviewable play. It's a judgment call. They missed the goaltending the first go-round and couldn't take another look back at it. Tough break for West Virginia up at Syracuse. And Pittsburgh, they've got Trayvon Woodall back, so they're starting to turn things around. They beat Georgetown the other day.
Tennessee now in a half-court 2-2-1 defense, trying to speed up the tempo, not let Georgia just run the offense.
Nobody boxed out Armstrong off the initial miss. We talked about it at the top, Carolyn. Essential for them to stay close with Tennessee on the boards. They got crushed in the first meeting on the glass.
No second chance opportunities. The advantage to the Lady Vols. It's going to be important that Georgia be more competitive on the glass. Meredith Mitchell, throughout her career at Georgia, has played a number of positions, but I don't think she ever dreamed she would have to play the point for the Lady Bulldogs.
There have been games this year where they've only played 6 people because of all the injuries. Armstrong tried to duck under. She's one of the more versatile talents in the college game. Strickland on the run. Hassel has it. Mitchell off the crossover, goes to the left and gets fouled by Burdick. Lady Vols up a couple, under 12 to go here in the first half in Athens.
The Super Bowl, the most epic day in America. And the end of a journey that began here, when the swipe of a Visa card gave one man the chance to bring happiness to 10 friends, and a new lease on life to one.
That was a false start. What?
Yeah, Mima.
Yes?
I want tickets to the Super Bowl. Pack your bags.
Use your Visa card for a chance to win. To choose your 10, go to our Facebook page.
So you two are gonna love this place. You know, for $20, you can each choose an entree from an incredibly limited menu and share an appetizer. It's like one bite that's gone, right? We love it.
I am not sharing an appetizer.
It's 2 for $20 at Golden Corral. It's non-stop appetizers, salads, all-you-can-eat entrees, desserts, including the amazing chocolate Wonderfall. It's unlimited deliciousness. It's the ultimate 2 for $20 dinner buffet, Monday through Thursday. Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Love your Pandora bracelet.
You went to Jared.
The ballet slippers?
I used to dance.
Oh, hearts.
It's called the Red Hot Love Bead.
Oh, I've said too much.
Celebrate life's unforgettable moments with Pandora charms and bracelets at Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
You're gonna have the hottest car on the block.
Show me the Carfax.
Yeah, show me the Carfax.
Yeah, we ran out.
Before you buy a used car, get a Carfax report. Ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com. Just say, show me the Carfax.
13-11, Tennessee with the lead over Georgia, 11:56 to go. Let's flash you back to the last of the 8 national championships for Pat Summitt and the Lady Vols. Down in Tampa, Candace Parker leading the way and had the big win over Stanford, 64-48, 8th national title. And hard to believe, but that's the last time. It's been 3 years since an SEC team has been to the Final Four. Certainly the dominant conference over the course of the first 3 decades in women's college basketball. We'll see if the Lady Vols or perhaps Kentucky right now in first place in the league, if they can make a run for it. They won again today, so they go to 9-0. One of those wins was against Tennessee, but the Lady Vols will have another shot at them on Big Monday coming up in February.
Well, Matthew Mitchell will have to go into Thompson-Boling Arena, but I think he's got the team to do it. He's got Adia Mathis, who I think is the strongest candidate for SEC Player of the Year. He has an abundance of young talent, great depth on that team, so he can keep bringing waves and waves of that tough Kentucky defense at you.
There was a lane violation on that second free throw, waved off, so 13-11. Lady Vols with the lead and the ball. inside to Glory Johnson. Tabor Spaney has now checked into the Tennessee lineup, number 13 in orange. Massengale for 3, and she got it.
With Tennessee's offensive strategy, getting post touches, getting the ball inside, and then moving, playing from the inside out. Good decision to kick the ball out to Massengale. You watch how patient the ball moves, finally gets inside to Glory Johnson. When Shakina Strickland made that flash in the middle, Ariel Massengale wide open at the top of the key.
Massengale may set the freshman assist record this year at Tennessee, but today at shoot-around, the coaching staff talked about how they need her to be more of a scoring threat as well. And get open looks like that last week.
I like the composure of Massengale. Even though she's a freshman, she came in with a lot of confidence and a high basketball IQ for the Lady Vols.
And that's a spot, Carolyn, you both played in the SEC and coached big time. The point guard may be one of the most difficult transitions for a freshman to make.
She was named starting point guard back in March.
As a recruit.
As a recruit, knowing how badly they needed a true point guard.
Hassel trying to muscle it inside. Tipped out to Burdick. Sierra's in the starting lineup for the second game in a row. They continue to try and shake things up, to try and find the right formula. Inside and then out to Spaney again for 3. The game plan executed to a T thus far by the Lady Vols of Tennessee.
It's so important that you have to be able to execute and get the ball inside for Tennessee. You see where Glory Johnson is inside. The ball goes in. You let it roll. Now it goes into Strickland. Strickland penetrates in and then has the presence of mind of finding Tabor Spaney. She shoots 48% from the three-point line. You can go inside out. That sets your shooter up.
And that was all set up earlier with Glory Johnson's ability to score in the lane. And the defense has to know where she is. And Spaney, boy, what a nice addition it is to have her back after the left knee injury. You missed 9 games. Just returning briefly against Notre Dame.
The other thing that helps is when you have a player like Shakina Strickland, who is normally a guard. She's 6'1". She has played point guard 2, 3, 4, and even 5 at Tennessee. Her versatility, you never know where she's going to be.
Armstrong blocked by Johnson. Last touch, the officials are going to confer. And it's going to stay with Georgia. Well, Big Monday presented by Bud Light on the women's side for you tomorrow night at 7 Eastern. Third-ranked UConn and number 5 Duke. Big Monday presented by Bud Light, ESPN 2, ESPN 3, and watch ESPN. Tiffany Hayes back-to-back 30-point performances in their last 2 games. I think set a new school record, 68 points in consecutive games for UConn.
I expect this to be a closer game than the last 2 meetings with Duke last season, especially with the young players and a freshman by the name of Elizabeth Williams. She is something else.
Trying to beat the shot clock, and Georgia does not do it. Turn it over to Tennessee. Yeah, the last 4 meetings have been very one-sided in favor of the Huskies by an average of 32 points.
That last possession with Georgia, shot clock violation. Andy Landers would much rather that. Tennessee has to take the ball out. It slows the game down. He wants this to be a slow-paced game.
Strickland from Massengale. Last touch by Mitchell. Scrapping with Vicky Baugh for the loose ball, who has come in now for Tennessee.
Georgia in a man-to-man defense.
Massengale off the bounce. Cleared out of there by Emily Armstrong. She's among the SEC leaders in 10 different categories.
Great versatility, the ability to shoot to 3. She's got guard skills on the perimeter, but at the height of 6'3", she can do play a lot of different positions.
And she's been their go-to scorer in the absence of Jasmine James. Shot clock again winding down. Mitchell baseline off the ball fake for 2.
tell you, playing against Tennessee and having been in that position, when you can keep it close, that helps your team to continue to build confidence that you can play against the Lady Vols. That's what Georgia's building right now.
Foul called on the rebound is going to go against Georgia, and Mitchell.
You watch Meredith Mitchell recognizing that the shot clock is running down, uses a shot fake. I even thought she got a foul there with Vicky Ball, not called, but used her strength to finish.
And that's the second personal foul on Meredith Mitchell with just under 9 minutes to go in the first half. And once again, Andy Landers does not have a whole lot of options on the bench. Got more people in street clothes and in their sweatsuits unavailable today than you do in uniform. Hassel on the turnover. Baugh gives chase. And some emotion as well from Jasmine Hassel, and almost got another one.
Got to believe Jasmine Hassel has a little extra motivation, being from Lebanon, Tennessee. She put the afterburners on, sprinting past Vicky Ball and finished the layup.
She's been struggling shooting the ball since the Tennessee loss a few weeks ago. She'd love to get back on track. Strickland into the middle. And now Georgia. Miller was running the baseline. Hassel going to work down low. Georgia matches Tennessee's 6-0 run with one of their own. Timeout, Lady Vols. Hassel the trigger for Georgia.
Jasmine Hassel has come in and flexed her muscle, going strong against Vicky Ball. I believe she's taking it personal with the post-play contest. The way they played in Knoxville, going to be a different story here in Athens.
Georgia back to within 2. After Kentucky and South Carolina were both winners today, Georgia needs a win here to stay in third place. And of course, Tennessee, I think, Carolyn, at this point, they've got to figure we've got to continue with just the one loss and then try and beat Kentucky for at least a share of the SEC title.
That would give them a tie. And Georgia also recognizes that Tennessee has got to play Kentucky again. If they were to drop that one, Georgia able to steal one here. That keeps them in the hunt for a possible SEC title.
That Kentucky-Tennessee game will be on Big Monday on ESPN2, February 13th in Knoxville. Six unanswered points for the Lady Bulldogs. Johnson is out right now for Tennessee. Strickland wide open in the middle. Blown assignment on the backside.
When you have Shakina Strickland playing in the post, she's so smart. She sees the floor like a guard. That gives her that ability to flash to that open spot.
Mitchell, over to Miller. She tries it through. Long rebound. And the breakout for the Lady Vols. Spaney looked like she might have gotten away with an extra step.
Good job by Georgia, though, to get back in deep transition defense.
And then Massengale called for the double dribble. 4-point game in the first half. 7:08 to go in Athens.
A trend on the street goes big online, which triggers your software that crunches the data, which begins production and reroutes distribution, which means you're ready. Some companies have increased online revenue up to 50% with help from Smarter Commerce. I'm an IBMer. Let's build a smarter planet.
Bring something different to the party with KFC sauceless hot wings. Marinated in chili peppers on the inside, keeping the outside crispy and crunchy. It's a taste you can't resist. So pick some up now. Just 50 cents a wing for a limited time. Today tastes so good.
Hi guys, this is Matt from Columbus, Ohio. I've been on Score.com for a little over a year now. I've had lots of fun and lots of success. As you can see from some of the items that I've won, tailor-made golf bag, Toshiba netbook, a waffle maker, coffee maker, panini press, a couple Kindles, an Invicta watch for my wife. I've won lots of Home Depot cards that helped me win the grill and the lawnmower, a Crescent tool set, a Porter cable battery powered set, also the patio furniture. Won countless gas cards, Walmart cards. Just have had a great time, and I really appreciate it. It's been a family event. Right, girls?
Action, excitement, competition. Scorit.com is a style of auction where you pay a small fee for each bid. When the bidding stops, the item sells, even if the price is a penny. Go to Scorit now and get $10 in free bids. Scorit.com. You bid, you score.
21-17, Tennessee with the lead over Georgia. 7:08 to play. And it's a tempo that the Lady Bulldogs don't mind at all. They have some depth issues due to injuries that have run rampant through the Georgia team. As you look at the minutes played per game, Jasmine James is out. She's over there on your far right in her tracksuit for the fourth game in a row, out with a knee injury. They have 4 players today, Carolyn, have not come out of the game yet.
But at this pace, this plays to the advantage for Georgia. You rotate in your post players. Jasmine Hassel has been out to get a blow and then back in. This is something that those 4 players are used to doing, playing a lot of minutes. They've had to play that way all season long.
In transition for Tennessee, they were effective early at this game, and Baugh with the nice finish assists Spaney.
Tennessee makes a substitution, brings in Brianna Bass, Megan Simmons to pick up the tempo. The one thing that Pat Sum and the Lady Vols staff want to do is get up and down the floor.
Back into the zone here. Under 6.5 to go. Miller kicks it out to Ford. High off the back iron, and a push underneath is going to go on Vicky Baugh.
In transition, Megan Simmons knows the respect that Tabor Spaney's going to gain for the three-point shot. So the defense is going to rush to her. And then Vicky Baugh is rewarded. Post player, run rim to rim. That's going to be your best opportunity to score in transition.
Ball whistled for the foul, her first. Who's out there at the point due to the absence of James. And Erica Ford, the freshman, picking up the extra minutes. Into Hassel, and the foul called on Glory Johnson.
Well, Georgia's going to challenge the inside presence of Glory Johnson, posting up Jasmine Hassel down low. Glory Johnson's got to exercise more discipline to that than reaching through.
You know what else, too? I think, Carol, and that's a shoulder situation. You see she reached over with the right hand instead of reaching around with the left. She's wearing a big brace on her left shoulder underneath that long sleeve shirt. She was fussing around with that throughout their shoot-around today. Here's Glory setting the screen for Spaney. Comes up short on the shot. Kalita Miller. Thought about the three. Armstrong will pull the trigger.
Armstrong is 39% from the three-point line. You have to respect her outside the arc.
Junior out of Norcross, Georgia. She's going to be called for the foul underneath, trying to defend on Glory Johnson. That's her first. Hassel will get another break.
Georgia rotating Willis and Hassel to keep fresh bodies in that post position.
Cart.
The official's going to call a double foul on Armstrong and Glory Johnson.
A double foul, and that will be the second on each Armstrong and Johnson. forth at each other throughout this first half.
Well, Tennessee has the luxury of subbing Glory Johnson out. Georgia, not so much.
Megan Simmons knocks down a pull-up jumper. 25-20 Tennessee. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Armstrong just lost the handle and then taken right back by Mitchell. Miller, the three-point sharpshooter. Rebounded by Mitchell. She'll try and pop it back up. Knocked out of bounds by Armstrong. It'll be Tennessee ball.
Andy Landers has got to be pleased. He's saying in staying in striking distance. Rebound 21-17.
Spaney for three, short. Armstrong, another board. In front of a capacity crowd here, sold out for the first time in 5 years for a basketball game, for the second time in 24 hours for a women's sporting event here at Georgia. Their Gym Dogs, the gymnastics team, sell out for their match yesterday, and now the basketball team is sell out for the Tennessee women's basketball game.
Well, I think the Georgia fans had high expectations after the disappointing loss in Knoxville, expected the Lady Dogs to redeem themselves.
They'll get another offensive rebound off the miss. Armstrong for three. Kenna Strickland's got it. Transition opportunity for the Lady Vols. Spaney got it down underneath. Vicky Baugh, they're finding some space down low.
Well, the shooters are checking shot first, but they also keep their eye inside. When they see an orange uniform, the ball's going inside.
He's led by as many as 8 here in the first half, now up 7.
Like senior Brianna Bass is directing traffic against that zone. She was able to get the start against Bama in the last game for the Lady Vols.
Ford. A lot of threes going up here, and a big block from Baugh. Another opportunity is good for Willis.
The Lady Dogs came to compete in the paint.
Well, a message received from their coaching staff today. It's a different story than the first matchup. Meredith Mitchell off the pick.
Unforced turnovers by the Lady Vols.
That's been a big problem for them in their losses this year. Too many giveaways.
Now Georgia in the zone. The Lady Dogs may only be down 3. They brought their A game. They're competing today. It'll be a different story than the one that happened in Knoxville.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Sarah, every day spent with you has been a gift. So here's a gift for our new life together.
With over 165 years of experience, New York Life can help ensure your loved ones are always taken care of. It's the most selfless gift you can give.
Somebody just... impossible.
Subway broke the 200-calorie breakfast barrier with delicious Subway Fresh Fit Morning Milk Breakfast Sandwiches. Subway, eat fresh.
Hello, Dave.
Oh, not again.
Dave, do you know where your wife went last week? She went to Jared to look at a beautiful diamond necklace.
I'm not going to the cleaners anymore, am I?
No, Dave, you're not. Right turn.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, has 5 times the selection of ordinary jewelry stores, so you'll find the perfect gift every time.
How did you know?
Who knows you like I do?
That's why he went to Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
2 big-time rivalry games highlight Tuesday night on ESPNU. At 7, the top-ranked Wildcats are loaded.
What a play by Michael T. Gilchrist.
And looking to continue their win streak in the next installment of the Border War. And at 9, the Tar Heels' stellar front court will test its mettle against the Demon Deacon tandem of C.J. Harris and Travis McKay. Tennessee at number 1 Kentucky at 7, 8th-ranked North Carolina versus Wake Forest at 9. Tuesday on ESPNU.
In studio, Cindy Brunson, Carol Lawson. Coming up on the halftime report, Ohio State suffers its 2nd Big Ten loss. We'll take you beyond the box score and explain why the Buckeyes are beatable. And all SEC eyes on unbeaten Kentucky, number 6 team in the land, chasing a first SEC title since 1982. We've got highlights for you. How about we get back to the action in Georgia? Beth, Carolyn, back to you.
Thank you very much, Cindy. Oh, 1982, that even predates our playing days, Carolyn. How about them Cats?
And
going to 9-0.
Way predates my days. Now, those were back in the days of Valerie Steele.
Oh, yeah.
Lee Wise. Lee Wise was the guard.
They got it going on, including wins over these 2 clubs. Baugh called for the travel. That's 9 Tennessee turnovers.
Well, as Baugh was attacking in.
Wait, she's called for the charge.
She's
My
called
bad.
with the charge.
Yep.
Meredith Mitchell gets stationary and rotates over outside that arc, that new arc that's underneath the basket.
That's the 2nd foul on Baugh. You look at the scoreboard, you look at the stat sheet, Carolyn, and they aren't bad numbers at all for Georgia right here.
Well, and Baugh, 2nd foul. Glory Johnson's on the bench with 2 fouls. You get the Tennessee post players in some foul trouble. You kind of equalize the situation with Georgia and their limited bench.
Well, ESPNU National Signing Day on Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 7 Eastern is presented by AT&T. You can follow all the action at #SigningDay on Twitter. Coverage from across the country, including Alabama, LSU, and Georgia down here in SEC country. And the dribble drive from Simmons, the blocking foul called on the Dogs.
Well, Tennessee had to sub out Vicky Ball, and now Izzy Harrison in the game, a rookie in that post spot.
That'll be the first foul on Krista Donald. Glory Johnson has also been limited with a couple of fouls. She's only played 10 minutes, has only taken 1 shot so far today for Tennessee.
And that was early on. I thought the way that the game started, it was going to be a continuing theme to go inside the Glory Johnson, but it hadn't been so.
Of course, one of those fouls was the double foul called when she and Armstrong exchanged some unpleasantries.
Now Tennessee in the 2-3 zone, trying to force Georgia to see if they can shoot Tennessee out of this zone defense as opposed to allowing the ball to come inside the hassle.
Mitchell steps in, tracks down her own miss, and draws the foul.
You watch Meredith Mitchell follows her shot. Most dangerous person on the floor is the one who just shot it, because she can follow her shot if you don't box her out.
First foul on Izzy Harrison. Just the 2nd free throw attempted by Georgia. And only a couple of free throws from Tennessee as well, after they were 20 of 28 from the line in the first meeting.
And Georgia only got to the line 6 times in that first meeting. Keeping things a little more balanced this time around.
Back to a 3-point game, under a minute to go in the first half. Offensive foul on the screen, whistled against Izzy Harrison, and that is her 2nd foul.
To look at how Georgia's keeping it much more balanced, closer, tied at 18 points in the paint, or rebounding, and then points in the paint 16 and 14.
Donald. Miller, they work it inside to Hassel, and she lost it. Harrison gives it up to Spaney. They wisely wait for Massengale. And then she loses it. Erica Ford on the run.
Did you see Krista Donald grab the rim, chasing it down? That was as impressive as the steal and the layup.
Shot clock is off here for Tennessee. Massengale kicks it back to Strickland for three. Harrison trying to get it up in time and walks with it. The buzzer sounds, and the officials looks like they have signified that there was no time left on the clock. They're going to chat for a second. And that will take care of the first half. Tennessee, they led by as many as 8, but down to 1 at the break, 29-28. Now time for the halftime report with Cindy Brunson and Kara Lawson.
All right, thanks so much. We are off and running with highlights for you from the SEC. Alabama at number 6, Kentucky. Matthew Mitchell and company hoping to run the table in conference play. First half, Asia Bishop finds Keela Snowden. That's a good decision.
Now, Kentucky has so many guards that can be hot on a given night. Keela Snowden was the one that was hot today, but they just have great balance on the offensive end.
The Connecticut transfer, Samari Walker, 9.7 rebounds and really effective down low.
Absolutely. I mean, Samari Walker brings another post player to their rotation. They like to play a lot of players, get out and press, force 25 turnovers, just what they want to do on the defensive end.
Adia Mathis getting it done there. Kentucky rolls 82-68. Coach Vivian Stringer, number 12 Rutgers, taking on 18 Georgetown in the first half. Rutgers down in a scary moment here as Khadijah Rushton hits the deck hard.
Anytime you're dealing with a player and their head, I mean, hitting the floor, we certainly hope that Khadijah Rushton will be okay. And she's been part of that big three for Rutgers this year, along with Monique Oliver and April Sykes.
The good news is she was able to return to the bench for the second half. She did not play the rest of the way, however. In that second half, Georgetown up 20. Sugar Rogers, 5 of 22 shooting, gets that bucket to go. Tia McGee with 21, and Georgetown wins 54-36. In our game, it's Tennessee with a 1-point lead over the Lady Bulldogs at the half. You'll recall it was Tennessee running the table in SEC play last year, going undefeated. Kentucky sitting there right now with a perfect record. What do you think it will take for the Wildcats to win the SEC title for the first time since '82?
It's not something we're used to saying.
I know.
Seeing, right? Kentucky SEC leader, but Matthew Mitchell has done a terrific job, and this is a group that's relentless, and their defense dictates how they play. They like to get after it, force a lot of turnovers. I love their depth this season, but I think they have a lot of guards that can do a lot with the basketball, whether it's Adia Mathis, Bria Goss, a freshman who's done really well. We saw Keela Snowden and her prowess from outside the arc. So I think the fact that they have multiple ways that they can attack you on the offensive end and how terrific they are and how relentless they are on the defensive end, they're in the driver's seat. I mean, they've got the 1-game lead on Tennessee. We know they have to return that game, but they're certainly looking really good right now.
And, of course, it doesn't hurt that they'll be on our air in a couple of weeks, so we are looking forward to that. Big Ten, Kara says it's the most compelling conference race. Find out why next.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the perfect combination of chocolate and peanut butter, and Verizon and the 4G LTE powered Spectrum by LG.
It's such a tough... Yeah. The Spectrum's from LG. Right. And the R2 unit is from Naboo. Yeah. Spectrum's got a 4.5-inch screen, fits nicely in your hand. R2-D2 needs a Starfighter. Starfighter, it's like $1 million in gas. Yeah, it's pricey. It's got Verizon's 4G LTE for light speed downloads and a true HD screen to watch movies. I'm gonna go with the... It's a good choice. Oh.
The LG Spectrum, powered by Verizon 4G LTE for true HD mobile entertainment.
Don't miss out on Pizza Hut's $10 any deal. Now your favorite pizzas are just $10, whether you dine in, carry them out, or have them delivered. Any pizza, any size, any crust, any toppings, just $10. Only for a limited time and only at your Pizza Hut.
What? Same song again. Track 1, track 4, unknown artist. Biz Markie?
No Captain Tune-Up, sweetheart. I'm here to fix your music files. Fresh.
It's all here. Songs, artists, everything.
No more track 1s. No more missing cover. No more duplicates. Tune-Up, you got what I need. Automatically.
Are you ready to save up to 95% on what you want most? Then try Quibids.com, an exciting new way to shop for products like iPads, MacBooks, HDTVs, cameras, appliances, and more. Imagine getting a new Apple iPad today for just $23.74. Or how about a Samsung 50-inch TV for as little as $84.95? On Quibids, you can save up to 95% off retail. Go to Quibids.com now.
Welcome back to the halftime report. Number 9, Ohio State, led by Samantha Perhalis, taking on Minnesota. Rachel Banham had a great day at the office. There's your conference scoring leader, Taylor Hill, averaging 21.4 points per. In the first half, it's Banham.
Minnesota was terrific on the offensive end. They had 20 assists on 27 field goal attempts. They did a terrific job on that end of the floor today.
Banham with 20. Perhalis hanging tough. She had 25, 3, and 3 steals as well. But her Buckeyes were on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
The best scoring duo in the country did not get much help today, and they were not efficient on the offensive end of the floor. Minnesota outplayed, out-hustled the Buckeyes.
And Minnesota stuns Ohio State 76-65. Number 19, Penn State, Michigan State, the opening of our doubleheader. Coquise Washington, not happy with what she saw ultimately today. Second half, Nikki Green down low.
Well, Nikki Green was really active all afternoon long. She ended up fouling out in this game late, but you know, Penn State had an opportunity to get back in this game, one-possession game, and poor Shea Poole, when Michigan State needed offense, she came up big.
Clutch. You were cheering. She finished with a career-high 32, just over a minute to go. And Clarissa Bell, great move baseline. And Michigan State upsets Penn State 83-77. So taking a look at the Big Ten standings, Purdue leading the way, 8 up, only 1 down. And now things get really interesting with Ohio State's second loss and Michigan State getting the win over Penn State earlier at the Breslin Center. Kara, here's the question to you. We've talked about this all afternoon, and you've tried to sway me. Now sway America. Why is the Big Ten offering the most compelling conference race in the country?
Well, I think it's the most compelling because there's so many teams that are still in it. I mean, there's some conferences where there's runaway winners, and when you look at the Big Ten, I think this is going to be determined by road wins. Let's take a look at the past week. Purdue loses at Iowa. Ohio State loses at Minnesota. Penn State loses at Michigan State. If you're going to win a conference championship during the regular season, you have to take care of getting road wins. And so I think when you look at these teams, Purdue's probably the surprise leader in the Big Ten. I think going into the year, not many people thought that they would have the opportunity to win the conference. But going down the stretch, I think road wins and then competitive balance for yourself on the offensive end.
As you look at the conference, how many teams to the tournament?
You know, I think this was a huge win for Michigan State. They had lost 4 in a row. They get a big win over Penn State at home. They also beat Penn State on the road earlier this year. I could see 5 or 6 teams from the Big Ten, but there's still a lot to go. There's still a lot of time to go, so it's hard to say this far out. But I think Michigan State at 9 losses, for them to get another win over a ranked team this afternoon was huge in their at-large hopes.
Another team looking to make the tournament, Miami, taking on Boston College. And so far, so good for the Hurricanes, ranked 8th in the nation, up 48-27 at the half against the Eagles. Shakina Strickland has 6 points. Her Lady Vols a 1-point lead at the break. More on the halftime report. Do stick and stay.
As you can see, I'm in a tricky situation here. I'm bidding on a 1979 Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox. My auction ends in 15 seconds. Even worse, my buddy's bidding on the same lunchbox. It's airbrushed, but I got Verizon 4G LTE. It's so fast I can outbid him at the last second. I got it! Yes, I won! Woohoo! It's got a thermos!
Rely on Verizon 4G LTE, because only the fastest survive.
I'm freaking out, man.
Why? I thought Jill was your soulmate.
No, it's her dad.
The general's your soulmate?
Dude, what? No. He's on my back about providing for his little girl.
Hey, don't worry. E-Trade's got a totally new investing dashboard. Everything's on one page. Your investments, quotes, research.
It's like the buffet last night.
Whatever helps you understand, man.
I'm watching you.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm watching you, watching him.
Try the new 360 investing dashboard at E-Trade. Don't miss out on Pizza Hut's $10 any deal. Now your favorite pizzas are just $10, whether you dine in, carry them out, or have them delivered. Any pizza, any size, any crust, any toppings, just $10. Only for a limited time and only at your Pizza Hut.
For Sam, you may be small, but we know that won't last long. Someday you'll have big plans and big dreams. And we want you to know you'll always be taken care of. Love, Mom and Dad.
With over 165 years of experience, New York Life can help ensure your loved ones can make their dreams a reality. It's the most selfless gift you can give.
Patriots fans, your team just won the AFC Championship. And now, direct from NFLShop.com, you can own the Patriots Championship tee and hat. It's the official championship hat and t-shirt worn by players and coaches during the post-game celebration. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Own a piece of Patriots history. Call 866-AFC-5001 or visit NFLShop.com now.
Doesn't get much bigger than this big Monday matchup. Number 3, Connecticut at 5th ranked Duke, 7 Eastern, ESPN2. The Huskies looking to bounce the Blue Devils for a 5th straight time. You don't want to miss it. On campus with the men today, Notre Dame at number 19, Connecticut. Huskies trying to stop a 2-game losing streak. First half, Ryan Boatwright back from his 3-game suspension. Looking good early, Kara.
Oh, he's a super sub off the bench for Jim Calhoun. Does a great job of just igniting the team offensively.
Second half, Notre Dame out of the locker room on a 13-0 run. Scarp Martin for 3.
Is there a bigger surprise in the Big East than Notre Dame? I mean, they lose Tim Abramitis to start the year. Mike Bray's done a terrific job to keep them in the Big East race.
Here goes Boatwright getting the Huskies within a bucket. Final seconds, Jeremy Lamb had an opportunity shooting his second free throw with his team down 2, but he misses. So Notre Dame hangs on and wins back-to-back games at Connecticut for the first time in school history. 50-48 is your final. We've got a great game going on right now on ABC. Best in the East Chicago taking on LeBron James's Miami Heat crew early in the first. Wow. You know, I think the Heat are taking umbrage at the Clippers using the whole Lob City thing.
I'll take LeBron James dunks in my highlight any day of the week.
It's James drawing the charge. Derrick Rose just, wow. James retweaking a shoulder injury, though, on that play. Keep that in mind. Bull shot won't go. James to Mario Chalmers to Wade to James.
Showtime.
And the Heat are up 14-7. More alley-oopness from Flash, back from that sprained ankle, showing no signs of injury. There goes James again, worth another look. Now, James is icing that shoulder in between plays, but he would return. Second quarter, little pull-up jumper, just proving that he's more than just a high-percentage shot. 17 in the first half for LeBron. And right now on ABC, the Heat have a 4-point lead, less than a minute to play. Later on ESPN, it is the Spurs and the defending champion Mavericks, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN in spectacular HD. Enjoy the second half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
So you two are gonna love this place. You know, for $20, you can each choose an entree from an incredibly limited menu and share an appetizer. It's like one bite and it's gone, right? We love it.
I am not sharing an appetizer.
It's 2 for $20 at Golden Corral. It's non-stop appetizers, salads, all-you-can-eat entrees, desserts, including the amazing chocolate Wonderfall. It's unlimited deliciousness. It's the ultimate 2 for $20 dinner buffet, Monday through Thursday. Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Do I really need to holler?
Up to you gum from Mentos. 2 flavors, 1 pack. It's up to you.
I'm Jillian Michaels, TV's toughest trainer. And now you can burn 5 times the calories working out around the world with me. Introducing the new Nordic Track Incline Trainer. The ultimate weight loss machine just got better. iFit Live, powered by Google, brings the world to your feet. Walk on the Golden Gate Bridge. Run on the beaches of Hawaii. Hike the Rocky Mountains. The new design of the Incline Trainer automatically inclines to 40% and declines to 6% to simulate the world's terrain, so you burn 5 times the calories. No other machine does that. And all you have to do is walk. Plus, with the innovation of iFit Live, I'll control the speed and the incline of your workout so you get results. Guaranteed.
Call or go online to order your new Nordic Track X7i.
Get this experience, the best trainer, and I guarantee you'll get amazing results.
Call 1-800-220-1912.
Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. Tonight from Athens, Georgia, and Stegman Coliseum. The first time they played back on January 5th, it was a 29-point win for the Lady Vols. But as we get to start the second half, just a 1-point game. Beth Mullins along with Carolyn Peck. Carolyn, the numbers looking very good right now for Georgia.
The biggest thing that Georgia needed to do was compete. They didn't in Knoxville. And when they competed here in Athens, they have kept the most important stats pretty much even. And that has to do a lot with rebounding. Right now, Tennessee only has a 1 rebound advantage. Points in the paint, 16. Now, when you look at the stat at the very bottom, Tennessee out-rebounded Georgia plus 20 in Knoxville. Another stat that's very important, Beth, is that Tennessee led points in the paint plus 30 in Knoxville. It's even today.
Anne-Marie Armstrong out there with 7 rebounds in that first half to go along with 5 points. Be critical for Georgia. They had 3 players that did not come out of the game in that first half, and the Lady Vols kind of warmed down in the second half of the first meeting. Can they keep it up today? And right out of the locker room, the 3 from Megan Simmons.
Georgia came out in the matchup zone. It's a good sign, but Tennessee doesn't want to rely on that perimeter shot because we have seen them go cold. They still need to go work the ball inside out.
Miller, Armstrong, Mitchell, Ford, and Hassel in the white jerseys for Georgia.
Tennessee in a man-to-man defense. They want to speed things up, not allow Georgia to use so much of the shot clock.
Got a foul on the rebound. That's going to go on Jasmine Hassel. That'll be her second. Miller, Mitchell, and Ford did not come out of the game in that first half. They don't have a very deep bench. They only played 7 in the first stanza.
Armstrong only got 2 minutes rest in that first half.
Massengale bumped out at midcourt by Ford. It's Massengale, Burdick, Johnson, Strickland, and Simmons. The key cog there would be Glory Johnson, who only played 10 minutes with 2 fouls in the first half, only attempted 1 shot.
You know, Carol Lawson in the studio talked a little bit about the dynamics of the coaching staff where, you know, you're used to seeing Pat Summitt walking the sidelines. It's more now Holly Warlick. But I can guarantee you Pat Summitt had a message delivered at halftime in the locker room, not pleased with the effort that she got from her team.
Strickland gets the basket, and Andy Landers is hot. Doesn't like the start for his Georgia squad. A 1-point lead growing for Tennessee.
ESPN College Game Day, Saturdays on ESPN and ESPNU.
Papa John's, NFL, the Super Bowl, there's no better combination.
Papa John's is giving you any large pizza with your choice of any toppings for just $11. Even specialties, only $11. Order now at papajohns.com.
Well, I'm not going over there.
Look at me. 1, we're a salty sweet snack. 2, salty sweet snacks get eaten. And 3, I prefer her versus Hungry Eyes over here.
Love your Pandora bracelet.
Oh, thanks. He went to Jared.
The ballet slippers?
I used to dance.
Oh. Suitcase?
Anniversary trip.
Hearts.
It's called the Red Hot Love Bead. Oh, I've said too much.
Celebrate life's unforgettable moments with a fabulous selection of Pandora charms and bracelets at Jared, telling her life story with just a turn of the wrist.
Soccer ball? Soccer mom.
That's why he went to Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
He was a 21st century global nomad. Home was an airport lounge and an iPad. Made sure his credit score did not go bad with a freecreditscore.com app that he had. Downloaded it in the Himalayas while meditating like a true player. Now when he's surfing down in Chile, he can see when his score is in danger. If you're a mobile type on the go, I suggest you take a tip from my bro. You download the app that lets you know at freecreditscore.com.
Offer applies with enrollment in freecreditscore.com.
When it comes to home insurance, surprises can be a little scary.
And a little costly. That's why the best agents present their clients with a lot of options.
Because when it comes to what's covered and what's not, nobody likes surprises.
We totally thought
Obscure space junk falling from the sky? We covered that. Moving on.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
5 straight points for Tennessee coming out of the locker room as we go inside the play, Carolyn.
Well, you recognize Shakina Strickland. She's going to set a screen, and as the ball comes over, she's going to have the option to pop. And when you've got a guard playing a post position, you got options. Strickland could shoot the 3, but she sees a wide open lane, so she chooses to attack the basket for the easy layup.
Shakina Strickland now with 8 points to lead the way today for Tennessee. Miller short on that 3 attempt. Kalita Miller is now 1 for 8 from outside the arc today. Down on the deck, Lady Vols will keep. Burdick gets it inside and a pink touch for Glory Johnson for 2.
Nice elevation over 2 Georgia players. It is the effort right now for Tennessee to get the ball inside. We talked about Glory Johnson scored the early basket to start the game, and then no more.
Miller still can't dial it in from deep. Ford down on the deck to keep it alive, tied up, and it will stay with Georgia.
You watch Glory Johnson with the positioning inside. Burdick, one of the best passers on this Lady Vol team, even though she's a freshman. She recognizes Glory Johnson, who then with a nice pivot elevation, good finish.
Mitchell struggling to inbound, and Johnson takes it away.
Talked about the run that Tennessee was able to make in Knoxville, 32-9 in the second half. Georgia's going to have to find an answer, not allow Tennessee those spurts, those runs.
Lady Vols have scored the first 7 points coming out of the locker room. Miller, she'll keep shooting. Still struggling. Now Massendale on the run. She's got some choices.
Sydney's exercising some discipline there. That would have been a normal shot she would have taken in her freshman season. Now the sophomore going up a little bit.
A little restraint, and they'll be rewarded, will Tennessee. With a trip to the free throw line. Big Monday on the men's side. As Pittsburgh, West Virginia at 7 Eastern, and then Missouri, Texas at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Big Monday presented by Bud Light on ESPN, ESPN3, and also streaming live on the Watch ESPN app. And that foul was on Anne-Marie Armstrong, her third personal. So she'll have to play with a little restraint. 3 fouls, has 5 points, 7 boards.
She's been the all-do-everything for the Lady Bulldogs in the SEC games. She's in 6 different categories, top 10.
10 points now, the biggest lead of the day for Tennessee. A 9-0 run to start the second half. Strickland with the steal. 11 unanswered by the Lady Vols. Andy Landers contemplating a timeout. The media timeout will come, but not for another 30 seconds.
You're playing Tennessee. You can't let that gap get too large.
Ford. Mitchell fouled.
Shakina Strickland wasn't able to start didn't start in the Alabama game. Not pleased with her effort or her play in the Notre Dame game. Her sense of urgency has definitely turned up in this game against the Lady Bulldogs.
Burdick whistled for the foul. That's her second. Mitchell to the free throw line. 65%, the senior out of midfield Alabama. Has played 40 minutes on 4 different occasions this year. On pace to hit it again tonight.
We've got to believe that the Tennessee coaching staff talked about how many players for Georgia didn't come out in that first half, so keep the tempo up. You want to get up and down the floor. Every opportunity, push.
Massengale to Burdick, and the freshman stepped on the end line. Turnover back to Georgia.
See, that's how you pick up tempo, full court press. Turn up the defense.
Mitchell is playing the point. That's not her natural spot. Once again, Jasmine James out with the injury for the 4th game in a row. They'll run the double team at Mitchell, and she's fouled. That's going to be on Sierra Burdick, and that is her 3rd, but it's a 10-point Tennessee lead.
Next time, try a Subway Turkey BLT or a Fresh Fit Turkey Melt. Merely 7 grams of fat each. Subway. Eat fresh.
As you can see, I'm in a tricky situation here. I'm bidding on a 1979 Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox. My auction ends in 15 seconds. Even worse, my buddy's bidding on the same lunchbox. It's airbrushed, but I got Verizon 4G LTE. It's so fast I can outbid him at the last second. I got it! Yes, I won! Woohoo! It's got a thermos!
Rely on Verizon 4G LTE, because only the fastest survive.
It looks like he wants some gas.
How's it going, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
Gas prices keep going up.
Crazy, man.
But seeing how I saved hundreds on car insurance with Progressive, this takes on me.
Hey, we getting a whole free tank of gas. The dude from the Progressive commercial, man, he just filled up our tank for us.
Appreciate it. Take care. Free tank of gas.
Man, switch to Progressive, dog. They doing a lot of good out here, man.
Tell them the messenger sent you.
Shoot, and it hasn't been going exactly as planned.
Cut!
I thought we'd be on location for 3 days. It's been 3 weeks, so I had to pick up some more things. Good thing I've got the City Simplicity card. I don't get hit with a fee if I'm late with a payment, which is good, because on this job,
Yo! Bigger!
I may not be home home for a while.
The new City Simplicity card. No late fees, no penalty rate, no worries.
In studio with this update, I'm Cindy Brunson. Over on ABC, it was an Eastern Conference Finals rematch between the Heat and the Bulls. Derrick Rose with a chance to tie the game late. No. And Miami ekes out a 4-point victory. LeBron James, 35 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Coming up on ESPN, 6:30 Eastern, it's the defending champion Mavericks entertaining the Spurs. Dirk Nowitzki back in the lineup. You don't want to miss that. Beth, Carolyn, back to you.
Thank you, Cindy. And what we're seeing around the country whenever Tennessee hits the road, thanks to Pat Summitt. 38 years on that Lady Vol bench. Of course, the announcement in the offseason about her early onset dementia that will lead eventually to Alzheimer's, and her assistants that have been there for such a long time, Holly Warlick, Mickey DeMoss, Dean Lockwood also over on that bench, picking up the responsibilities with the day-to-day efforts a little bit more this year. Coach Summitt, #1 all-time in wins on the men's and the women's side. 8 national championships, including one over Georgia in the 1996 national championship game. Strickland, she's bumped on the drive, and if that goes on Anderson, that's 4. Let's see who they're going to give it to. It will go to Mitchell instead, so that's her 3rd. 3 on Mitchell, 3 on Anderson, 4th on the team.
Tennessee continuing to attack inside. Going in the paint, not relying on outside shots.
And a couple of the things we addressed early and then again at halftime have taken a major shift towards Tennessee. They're getting to the free throw line a lot more, and they're getting to the paint a lot more.
And I think a lot of that may play into the fatigue factor. 3 of Georgia's starters played all 20 minutes of the first half. Tennessee in a 1-2-2 zone.
Armstrong passed up the shot and tried to pass it to Hassel, who was going in for the rebound.
She had the better shot. She had the height advantage over Shakina Strickland.
14 points for Strickland, 8 of those in the second half, leading the charge as Tennessee has opened up the double-digit lead. Trying to feed it in to Hassel. It's kicked.
That's a tough angle. She took one dribble. It needed to go down a little bit further to get the ball inside to Glory Johnson.
And Andy Landers is not pleased. He will quickly call another timeout.
He's got to be addressing how Tennessee is able to allow the basketball to get inside. Georgia's got to take away what the ball sees. The ball can't see how to get the ball inside to the paint.
Well, Big Monday presented by Bud Light, coming your way tomorrow night from Cameron Indoor Stadium down on Tobacco Road at 7 Eastern. 3rd-ranked UConn will be visiting 5th-ranked Duke on ESPN2, ESPN3, and also on the Watch ESPN app. And the Huskies have won 4 straight over the Dukies, including 2 big wins yesterday, also eliminating Duke from the tournament in the Elite 8.
I'm going to pick that Duke is going to win this one.
Oh, all right.
Duke is going to play at home, and the thing that I like about Duke this season is Chelsea Gray at the point. She's strong. She can handle that pressure that Connecticut brings to you. They also have a freshman, Elizabeth Williams, who I believe can contend with Stephanie Dolson.
The ACC is itching for a win over Connecticut. I think it's been 5 years and 18 straight for UConn over SEC opponents, including a win on Big Monday a couple weeks ago against North Carolina. And now not only the minutes played, but also the fouls starting to mount up. 3 Georgia starters with 3 personals.
And that Georgia got into foul trouble at Vanderbilt. And when you get into that foul trouble, you got to sit in that zone, and that's where Christina Fogarty was able to light up the Bulldogs. 34 points.
There are 4 players in uniform, 3 players that are in their sweatsuits over there, unavailable, including starter Jasmine James, out for the 4th game in a row with an injury. They've only played 7, but Donald played for 2 minutes. Willis has played for 7 minutes, so they've been relying heavily on their 5 starters. Miller looking for 3. Now 1 for 9 from downtown. Armstrong gets the turnover.
Unforced turnovers.
She'll pull up for 3.
Again, Glory Johnson all over the glass.
Madison Jones taking the handoff and draws the foul.
Well, the play call is perfect for Tennessee to continue to attack the handoff to Ariel Massengill and repeat Lady Vols going to the free throw line.
They only took 4 free throws the entire first half, Carol, and they will double that here with these 2 free throws in the first 6 minutes of the second half. 5 for 7 now in the second half alone.
Tennessee had 28 free throw attempts in the first game when these 2 teams met. And I have to believe, you know, when you're tired, the first thing to go is your defense. And when you're tired, that's when you foul. And Tennessee now is attacking and getting to the free throw line.
That'll match their biggest lead, up 12. 6 minutes gone here in the second half. They continue to try and force the faster tempo. Johnson down on the deck, Armstrong, and held ball will go to Tennessee.
But Tennessee is not going to allow Georgia just to walk the ball down the floor. They want to keep the tempo fast and continue to test the fatigue or the conditioning of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Krista Donald checking into the Georgia lineup now.
She's really an injured player that's playing. She's got MCL issues with her knee. At the end of some practices, her knee swells up. Coach Flanders says it's tough to hold a practice. He doesn't have enough players to fill out a squad.
They've had a host of MCL injuries this year. Working it around against the zone. Donald faces up. Tipped around and a whistle and a foul on the rebound. It's going to go on Erica Ford, and now she has picked up 3. So 4 starters with 3 fouls, including Armstrong, who's sitting down right now with 3.
Got a little bit of a glazed look in her eye. That happens. I've been there. Fatigue sets in as hard as she has played in the early part of this game.
They proved to be a pretty good team for 20 minutes, hanging right in there with Tennessee. But the second half has been a different story. And the Lady Vols have been on the attack. They have pushed the tempo, and they are getting the ball inside, resulting in a lot more free throw attempts.
And the strategy for the Lady Vols, one of the key components offensively, it's to get paint points. You get that through penetration. You get that from transition. You also get that from post touches and offensive rebounds.
Strickland gets 1 of 2. She's got 15 points. Lead all scorers today. Mitchell. Left allowed by Willis. Mitchell.
Good box out by Tater Spaney.
That's not going to help with the tempo. 2 quick shots by Mitchell. And the offensive foul is going to be called on Glory Johnson.
I disagree. I felt like both players were moving. Neither player is established. You could have said that Willis was impeding the progress of Glory Johnson.
That's the 3rd foul on Johnson.
Georgia, though, as time runs out, they're not going to be able to play this slow tempo. They've got to close the gap.
Donald, nice move inside. The freshman out of Lake Mississippi. Well, she was the high school player of the year last season, and now Andy Landers trying to get the Georgia crowd into it a little bit.
And a stop here. Georgia could come down and cut it to single digits.
Massengale with the blow-by and a nice ball fake. Simmons almost got the turnover.
The Lady Vols in charge, up 13. Ariel Massengale, the freshman, continues to attack the rim for the Lady Vols.
What's happened to us? How did we end up here at the mercy of a power outlet?
Come on, people, we're better than this. I'm talking to you. And you. Off the floor, everyone. Up, up, up.
Now boarding business class now boarding.
It's time for an Ultrabook with the longest battery life. The HP Folio, inspired by Intel and powered by the Intel Core i5 processor, starting at $9.99. Get yours at participating partners.
Don't miss out on Pizza Hut's $10 any deal. Now your favorite pizzas are just $10, whether you dine in, carry them out, or have them delivered. Any pizza, any size, any crust, any toppings, just $10. Only for a limited time and only at your Pizza Hut.
I love all the gadgets.
Check out the backup cam.
Show me the Carfax. Can you show me the Carfax?
Sunglass holder. Oh.
Before you buy a used car, get a Carfax report. Ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com. Just say, show me the Carfax.
I'm Jillian Michaels, TV's toughest trainer. And now you can burn 5 times the calories working out around the world with me. Introducing the new Nordic Track Incline Trainer. The ultimate weight loss machine just got better. iFit Live, powered by Google, brings the world to your feet. Walk on the Golden Gate Bridge. Run on the beaches of Hawaii. Hike the Rocky Mountains. The new design of the Incline Trainer automatically inclines to 40% and declines to 6% to simulate the world's terrain, so you burn 5 times the calories. No other machine does that. And all you have to do is walk. Plus, with the innovation of iFit Live, I'll control the speed and the incline of your workout so you get results. Guaranteed.
Call or go online to order your new Nordic Track X7i.
Get this experience, the best trainer, and I guarantee you'll get amazing results.
Call 1-800-220-1912.
47-34, Tennessee with the lead over Georgia. 11:37 to go, and let's go inside the play.
Well, you know what suffers when you're fatigued? Your defense. There's no rotation. Players are saying and taking shortcuts. Stand with the person they're responsible for instead of the rotation. If your teammate gets beat, you still have to rotate.
They have a very short bench. They've been relying heavily on their 5 starters for minutes today. And Miller and Mitchell and Ford all with 28 minutes. Jasmine James still unavailable. They have 4 starters with 3 personal fouls. And it's really hurt them on the offensive end as well, Carolyn. They're just 2 for 12 from the floor here in the second half.
Well, a lot of times, you know, you play 21, you get tired. What do? You settle for outside shots as opposed to doing what's tough and staying in the attack mode.
Officials are going to talk about whether there's a foul or a shot clock violation. They will choose the foul. It's on Megan Simmons. That's her first.
Well, I thought the foul happened first on Donald.
Yeah. Hassel at the free throw line. Georgia has to make their freebies. That's been a problem for them the last couple of weeks. That's 1 of 2.
Tennessee subbing in now, Vicky Ball. She's got a new apparatus on her leg, on that knee.
Yeah, they added some tape there on the right knee. Massengale, the Spaney out of the short corner. Strickland, weak side rebound, and the putback's good. She's got 17.
Pat Simon talks about keeping Shakina Strickland's motor running. Well, she came in with that thing cranked up today. That'll do it. She had career starts of what, 118 until she got hurt.
Yeah.
That she wasn't available to play in the LSU game, but then the Bama game where she was available to play, didn't start her. Didn't feel like she deserved it.
They have challenged her to provide a little bit more in plays like this with the rebound and the putback. A member of this senior class, there have been whispers already this year. The conversation will start to build through the month of February and hit the crescendo in March when we talk about the possibility that this would be the first senior class for Pat Summitt to not make it to a Final Four. And that's what this group is trying to avoid. And when you talk to the Tennessee folks, they think that Strickland's going to be the key because they're going to need her consistency in the big games down the stretch.
Tennessee goes as Shakina Strickland goes, and that was very evident in the game at Notre Dame. She is a big shot player. She makes the big plays that turns the crowd on, gets the emotion going on the floor. When she plays with emotion, Tennessee is a much better basketball team.
Simmons, a collision with Hassel, loses the ball out of bounds.
That's a forced play by the sophomore. The Simmons comes from the left side all the way to the right, but Hassel rotates over. There's nothing there. She should have pulled the dribble out.
It is lumbering to find a way to score here in the second half.
You know, Kalina Miller hasn't been able to get open from the three-point line.
Off the window for two. Erica Ford. That's their third field goal of this second half. Hassel trying to make something happen and reaches in on Baugh.
Erica Ford still playing like she's got fresh legs. Goes by Vicky Ball and elevates over Shakina Strickland. Hassel almost didn't move out of the way in time for the freshman.
And Hassel departs with her fourth personal foul. Replaced by Tamika Willis as Ball gets the free throw. Vicky's the fifth-year senior out of Sacramento, already in grad school.
Tennessee's got three players in grad school: Ball, Manning, and Glory Johnson. Tennessee switching defense. The dribble weave is not gaining too much of an advantage for Georgia.
Armstrong held up on the drive by Massengale. Will be the first, fifth on the team.
Tennessee going to zone up this underneath out of bounds. That looks like a man. Tennessee switching all screens.
Mitchell settling for the jumper there, and Tennessee's going to have numbers on the run. Massengale feeds it inside. Strickland with the turnaround. 19 for Strickland, 13 of them here in the second half. As the Lady Vols start to pull away. It's playing out almost exactly the same way it did in Knoxville, close in the first half, and then things change in the second.
Well, Tennessee pushing in transition, keeping the tempo high octane. And you got to do this when you're going against a team that has a short bench and fatigue is a factor. And Arrow Massengale has got the Lady Vols out and running.
left. Donald trying to box out Strickland, and Shakinas whistled for the foul. That'll be her first. Preseason SEC Player of the Year was slowed by a knee sprain against Vanderbilt. Look at that in the second half. Georgia just 3 for 15.
You pick preseason SEC Player of the Year, you're expected to have that sense of urgency night in and night out. And for the most part, she plays that way. Just not as of late.
53-37. Lady Vols on the road and on top.
Michael, every day you make me proud. Here's to a future that's as bright as you are.
With over 165 years of experience, New York Life can help ensure your loved ones are always taken care of. It's the most selfless gift you can give.
Your final wish has been granted.
Wait. Where's the peanut one?
Oh, hey, Red.
M&M's. Can't resist them.
It's such a tough... Yeah. The Spectrum's from LG. Right. And the R2 unit is from Naboo. Yeah. Spectrum's got a 4.5-inch screen, fits nicely in your hand. RTD2 needs a Starfighter.
Starfighter, it's like $1 million in gas.
Yeah, it's pricey. It's got Verizon's 4G LTE for light-speed downloads and a true HD screen to watch movies. I'm gonna go with it. It's a good choice. Oh.
The LG Spectrum, powered by Verizon 4G LTE for true HD mobile entertainment.
Giants fans, your team just won the NFC Championship. And now, direct from NFLShop.com, you can own the Giants Championship tee and hat. It's the official championship hat and t-shirt worn by players and coaches during the post-game celebration. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Own a piece of Giants history. Call 866-NFC-6565 or visit NFLShop.com now.
(53-37), Tennessee with the lead over Georgia. Pat Summitt and Andy Landers have been playing each other for the last 3 decades. Perhaps the biggest, the 1996 National Championship game, led by Spinderella Michelle Marciniak, the senior that year, and a freshman by the name of Shamiqua Holtzclaw. Pat Summitt and the Lady Vols won the National Championship, beating Andy Landers and Georgia. One of 5 trips to the Final Four for Landers, and perhaps the one that stung the most. I remember that one and think, boy, this could be Georgia's to win or lose right here. That was a fun team to watch. Lakeisha Frett's over there in the huddle. There's a look at her. That Saudia Roundtree was the National Player of the Year that year.
But the Lady Vols had Spinderella Michelle Marciniak that just took over at that point guard position.
That was really a turning point, too, in this rivalry. You know, up to that point, it was 21-11 in favor of Tennessee, but it was very competitive. Since that 96 final, 21-4 in favor of Tennessee in this rivalry, that it really turned toward the Lady Vols in a big way. Of course, that had a lot to do with Holtzclaw and Kelly Jolly, and then after that, Candace Parker and company.
Don't forget Tamika Catchings.
And Catchings as well, part of a championship team. 8 national titles for Pat Summitt and the Lady Vols.
Now Tennessee using the clock that's on there. The clock is in their favor with this comfortable lead.
Krista Donald whistled for the foul. Look at that, over 1,900 wins, 27 SEC titles, 23 Final Fours. What have you done for me lately file? All the Tennessee fans on edge, and a lot of basketball fans around the country wondering if this will be the year to break through for Tennessee in this senior class, looking for their first trip. It's the longest drought in Tennessee history if they don't make it. Actually, that 95 team finally made it to the Final Four after 3 seasons not making it.
This team shows signs that they're capable of being there, and then they show signs where they don't belong, especially the way they looked against Notre Dame. And granted, you had Shakina Strickland, Roy Johnson coming back after a couple of injuries, a change in the starting lineup. instability, they've got to find a consistent way that they're going to play.
Well, the SEC would certainly love to get a team back to the Final Four. It's been 3 years without an SEC school. That's the longest drought in the 30-year history of the NCAA tournament. Of course, they dominated in the 1990s. They had 6 different teams that went to the Final Four in that decade, including Tennessee winning 5 of the 10 national titles.
I think Kentucky is a team that could contend to get to Denver. They've got strong guard play. They've been inconsistent a bit at the post. You know, they've got Samari Walker, Samantha Drake, and I like the freshman, Asia Bishop, inside.
Of course, you'll see the program that dominated in the 2000s coming up tomorrow night. The UConn Huskies won 5 of 10 in the last decade. They're at Duke tomorrow night on Big Monday.
Everybody thought that Connecticut would be down and out without the great Maya Moore, but what does Gino Auriemma do? He will go with a 4-guard lineup, play 4 out, 1 in, or at times even go with 5 guards on the floor at a time.
Foul, crashing the glass, and the stick back. He's got the freshest legs out there on the floor for Georgia right now.
The unfortunate thing for Georgia, where with a team that's down with 6 minutes to go, you go with a full court press, they have a short bench. They just don't have the legs to do it.
Skip to Strickland. That was telegraphed from Megan Simmons, and Mitchell gets the pick. And the foul on Alicia Manning, who's into the game for the first time, the senior from Woodstock, Georgia.
Well, without the ability to press, Meredith Mitchell anticipating the pass, giving herself an opportunity to score, head the other direction, if not making the layup, at least from the free throw line.
Mitchell gets the first. Lori Johnson back in for Tennessee. Armstrong returns for Georgia. Meredith now with 9 points. Hassel's back in as well for Georgia, playing with the 4 fouls. 6:10 to go. Dozen is the lead for Tennessee. And the Lady Vols and associate head coach Holly Warlick will call the timeout. Well, this is what the top 10 looks like today. There will be some changes coming with a couple of losses in the group, including the 3-way tie for 9th.
Ohio State dropping to Minnesota today. That was big. Miami dropped to Virginia Tech earlier this week, so there will be a shift there as well.
And Connecticut and Duke, there could be some movement after their game tomorrow night. Stanford needed overtime to beat Cal the other day. Green Bay continues to stay perfect. They and Baylor, the lone 2 remaining undefeateds. That Ohio State loss means that Purdue back in first place, and they'll play second place Nebraska on Thursday. And Rutgers losing today to Georgetown.
54-36.
Yeah, and now they got Notre Dame and UConn coming up this week.
Well, Khadijah Rushdown went down. It'll be interesting to find out her condition. She's a player that's been plagued with knee injuries.
It's a team that Tennessee faced earlier this year. A shot clock violation on the Lady Vols. They got a win against Rutgers. This is their 11th ranked opponent of the season coming in here today to play Georgia.
It's a big stop for Georgia. With this possession, they could cut it to 10, maybe even 9-point game, get it to single digits with a 3.
Ford trying to lob it inside, broken up by Glory Johnson, but she slammed into Armstrong in the process. And that's the 4th now on Johnson.
You've got to recognize Glory Johnson's in help position, and she's watching that pass. You can't telegraph it inside, but Georgia benefits by getting Armstrong to the free throw line.
Armstrong hits on the first. This was a 1-point game at the half, an 11-0 run to start the second half, opened things up for Tennessee. As Armstrong collects her first points of this second stanza.
And Georgia brings the heat with the full court pressure, a 2-2-1.
Hassel got the steal, but it ricocheted into Scott Yarborough, who was standing out of bounds.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker with the effort from the defense. Jasmine Hassel able to deflect the ball in bounds, but it hits the official. Ball goes to Tennessee.
There's the trap on Massengale. Strickland back to Massengale. Deep three. Got it. Clutched by the freshman.
That's what you need from your point guard. She recognizes the shot clock is running down and not just take the shot, but have the ability to knock it down.
10 points for Massengale. Under 5 to go. We try the lob again inside, taken away by Ariel. Now Strickland out in front. Shakina Strickland gets the lay-in. 21 now for Strickland.
Andy Landers talked about the Georgia players put the ball over her head. You're looking like a passer. Said everybody in this arena will know what you're doing. Got to stay in a triple threat. Meredith Mitchell's got to keep her dribble alive.
Armstrong drops it off to Hassel. Boy, that really was a tough break for Georgia when they had the steal that hit the official. Tennessee scored 5 points in a row off of that, and now Georgia trying to bounce back from it.
Well, that was not a good shot by Vicky Ball. She better come up with that rebound. Cannot believe that's the shot Holly Warwick wanted out of the Tennessee offense. Tennessee's changed up their lineup. You see Shakina Strickland now out on the perimeter. Alicia Manning and Vicky Ball playing more of that post spot.
Strickland. Long rebound all the way back out to Shakina.
Tennessee has been so successful going inside this late in the game. No need to try to make the hero shot. Stick with what's been working, and that's going inside.
Massengale uses the screen out to Strickland for 3 from the corner. And another offensive rebound.
Andy Landers sits down on that one. Disappointed you had Tennessee take the shot, what you wanted, but you didn't check out, didn't box out, and come up with the rebound.
Multiple possessions going to chew up 1.5 minutes off the clock. And Massengale's going to finish it off with the land.
Erica Ford, she's tired. She wanted to be there. She just physically could not get there.
Armstrong trying to drop it off for Hassel. She's fouled.
Tennessee cruising to the victory in Athens, almost as easy as it looked in Knoxville in the second half.
Sweat. It raised monuments, discovered new worlds, and redefined music. It gave man wings and took us all to the moon. Great things can come out of sweat, so don't let odor stop you. Gillette Odor Shield turns odor into freshness.
Are your credit cards maxed out? Just making minimum payments or even behind on your bills? Freedom Debt Relief's mission is to help you get rid of your credit card debt.
After my divorce, I had $17,000 in credit card debt. Freedom Debt Relief settled all 7 of my credit card bills with one low monthly program payment.
This is a unique program that will get you relief and on your way to resolving your debt. Make the most important call of your life today.
Call Freedom Debt Relief now at 1-800-324-8991. That's 1-800-324-8991.
Anyway, that's the control room. A lot of chaos there, but it all looks good when it comes out in the show, actually, thanks to those people. Then over here in the digital center is our highlight screening area. So that's where we get all the games that are played that night, down in a 90-second or 2-minute clips or whatever you're going to see on SportsCenter right now. This hallway, it runs between, both rooms. If you want to get from the control room to the screening, then this is the hallway you'd take. Questions or anything? I can answer whatever you want about the place. Nothing?
In studio with this reminder right now over on ESPN and ESPN3, it's the Spurs visiting the defending champion Mavericks. Right now we're tied at 16 in the first quarter of play. Dirk Nowitzki back in action after missing the last 4 games. Beth, Carolyn, back to you.
Well, Cindy, Tennessee opening things up after it was a 1-point game at halftime. 2:23 to go for the Lady Vols, trying to stay within striking distance of undefeated Kentucky in the SEC. The Cats won to stay undefeated, 9-0. Tennessee, if the score holds, would have just 1 loss. Georgia will fall out of a tie for 3rd place with South Carolina.
Dawn Staley, she has 3 players that are 6'1", and nobody else is taller than that. But she's got Lakeisha Sutton, who's provided the offense, but it's the defensive fortitude that South Carolina's playing with that's got them competing in this SEC to stay in that upper top half, top 3 in the conference.
Huge game for them coming up at Tennessee on February 2nd.
They went into Nashville and upset Vanderbilt. They're not afraid to go in and compete on the road.
5 on the shot clock. Strickland doesn't notice it yet. Now gets a peek. Her runner off balance, fading away, and a foul on the rebound. That'll be the 3rd on Manning. Here's what's coming up for the Lady Vols. South Carolina, Auburn at Vandy, and then a big Monday showdown in Knoxville with Kentucky on February 13th on ESPN2.
Well, I got to believe that Melanie Balcom's going to right the ship. She had a very good game against Auburn, significantly handled LSU, and with Christina Foggy and Jasmine Lister, that pushes the team, and Tiffany Clark with that inside presence inside.
Baugh clears the glass. Foul out top called on Mitchell. Well, big Monday on the men's side. Pittsburgh, West Virginia at 7. Missouri, Texas at 9. Big Monday presented by Bud Light on ESPN, ESPN3, and streaming live on the Watch ESPN app. Comes your way tomorrow night. Tennessee 12 for 17 at the line. Ariel Massengill, 12 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists today. Now up to 13 points on the night, doubling up her average. Her career high is against Georgia. The first meeting, she had 19 points and 9 assists.
Coming into the game, she was 6 assists away from reaching 100 in her freshman year. Today, she's got 2, so 4 left to reach that century mark.
Mitchell takes it inside. Foul going to be called on the rebound. It's Vicky Baugh. That's her 3rd. Here's what's coming up for the Dogs, including home games against Mississippi State and Vanderbilt, and then on ESPNU February 19th at Florida.
I think the Vanderbilt game, again, the first half much different than it was the first time they played Tennessee. They played Vanderbilt very good, very well in the first half, but the second half got away from them. Got to find a way either to get players healthy or to manage the clock and the rotations a little bit better so they have energy in the second half.
Here's what's happening across the country. The Baylor Bears stay undefeated. They're 21-0. Brittany Griner's now second all-time in block shots. Green Bay stays undefeated as well. And then that big game tomorrow on Big Monday. Number 3 UConn and number 5 Duke down at Cameron Indoor Stadium. I believe that's sold out now for that Duke-UConn matchup.
It'd be interesting to see where the committee puts Green Bay. Go on that undefeated, because I believe they can finish the regular season and go undefeated.
Got track and field coming up next here. Will they be worthy of a, say, a 4 or a 5 seed?
I think they are. They are a very tough defensive team. They can score, but they're tough defensively as well. And they play with a high basketball IQ. They're smart. They understand scouting reports, what to take away from teams. I think they'll be a tough match.
I think they're helped by the fact, too, that the number 1 seeds look pretty solid right now. But starting with the 2 seeds, the 2s, 3s, and 4s can get a little bit muddled when you talk about, well, who are the second and third best teams from the Big East and the Big 12 and the ACC. Fifth personal foul called on Meredith Mitchell.
Just about the only way that young woman was going to get a rest was to foul out. She played a very good game plan, out of position, directing traffic at the point guard position, especially against a tough Tennessee defense.
And Andy Landers, you know, we just looked at their schedule. They're going to have 7 games left, and then the SEC tournament, chance for a couple more there. I think the plan is for Jasmine James, they don't want to bring her back too soon. They're already at 16 wins, so if they can get her healthy maybe in another game or 2, have her fresh and hopefully healthy for late SEC tournament and into the NCAAs.
But Georgia does not have that signature quality win yet in those 16 wins.
Final minute and a road win for Tennessee. They busted open in the second half. It was just a 1-point lead at the intermission. But the Lady Vols behind the strength of an 11-0 run to start out the second half, and the Bulldogs could never quite recover. Three is good from Shakina Strickland. Give her 24 now on the afternoon. 3 shy of her career high. For the SEC's preseason player of the year, she won the honor last season.
Andy Landers wanted redemption from the performance in Knoxville, not so much tonight. The second half, again, the Lady Vols prevail.
Tennessee will improve to 7-1, stay a game behind Kentucky in the SEC. Georgia will fall to 5-4 and drop out of third place. One of the most familiar rivalries in all of college sports. For 3.5 decades, Pat Summitt and Andy Landers have faced off in the SEC, and Coach Summitt and the Lady Vols pick up the win this afternoon in Athens. Coming up next, we've got track and field for you. For Carolyn Peck, I'm Beth Mowens. Tennessee, a winner over Georgia, 67-50. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Welcome to New York.